SeptumSin versus the world. I'm SeptumSin, and I'm here with Kotobuki Jake.
Hey.
As you can see, we're doing something very different this time. We are going on a trip.
Field trip.
This time we're actually going to be doing a pickups video where we're going to go out and hunt in the wild. So you're going to see it because we don't have a lot of time. We're prepping for the, there you go. We're prepping for our next week's video, which is going to be a big video. It's going to actually have a little bit of scripting. It's going to be a tribute to our friends, the Rebel Gaming Club, who have just finished a theme song for us.
Yay.
So you'll be seeing that new opening, and we're going to be doing some filming for that today. Alright, so we will meet you. We're getting ready to go, and we have a couple bit of news here. We're going to talk about the deaths first. So I'm going to hand Kotobuki Jake the thing here. I'm not driving, by the way. I am paused, but it's a lot easier for him to hold it, and because I'm holding the camera.
We will be driving soon.
Yes.
Okay. So, we have a few listings this week. On June 11, Rumen Petkov, who, is it 70?
Yep, 70.
Trying to read your writing there. Bulgarian animator.
Yep, things like, for those of you who grew up in the 80s and 90s, especially the 90s and early 2000s, you saw some of the Nicktoons like Ah Real Monsters, and then some of the Cartoon Network stuff like Johnny Bravo and Dexter's Lab. He worked on that animation. So, well, worth noting, definitely.
Okay. Following down the 12th, we have John Heisman, who was 73. He was a drummer for Coliseum.
I don't know. Sorry. But, yeah.
Hey, you picked him. Anyway, on the 13th, another drummer, a Hall of Fame drummer, apparently, DJ Fontana, who worked with Elvis, among others.
Actually, you know what's weird is that, actually, he worked mainly for Elvis, but he was Elvis's drummer. And he made the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's pretty impressive, and it's hard to find a picture of him.
Especially if you're a musician working for a solo act.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be one thing if he's part of a band, you know, but that's pretty impressive.
I mean, you follow the same guy. Theoretically, if they kept the same band, a solo act could be. What did Elvis
call his band, or did he have a...
It's Elvis.
I don't know.
So what do you?
I mean, most solo acts have a name for their band.
Yeah, it's like what do you? So what do you drum for? Elvis. I work.
What do you drum for?
I work for the king.
Yes. Okay. On the 14th, we had Daiichi Nobe, who was 21, really young. He was a stuntman, so that is probably. You didn't see anything about how he.
He died. He died doing stunts.
Okay.
So he was doing the Kamen Rider, the new Kamen Rider series. So it's kind of sad, but stuntman work is a dangerous field.
Right. Well, didn't one of the stunt people in Deadpool 2, right?
I mean, you get a lot of injuries in this business. I mean, it's a lot of death-defying stunts.
Right.
And they call them death-defying for a reason.
Yes.
Not defied this time, but you know.
Right.
So Leslie Grantham.
On the 15th.
On the 15th. A lot of them on the 15th. Known best for EastEnders and the Paradise Club. Those are the ones that I knew off the top of my head. And that's actually a pretty good resume right there. Just those alone. I'm sure he's done quite a few films. I mean, being 71, that's pretty big. And then Nick Knox, another drummer. This is a bad time for drummers. Who was drumming for the Cramps.
You don't suppose any of them had ever worked for Spinal Tap, do you?
Maybe that's not appropriate for this time.
No, maybe not. Sorry.
All right, I'll get you. You know this one.
Matt Murphy?
Matt Guitar Murphy. I forgot to add the guitar part in the movie.
Oh, okay, so he was not a drummer. But
no.
He's worked with the Blues Brothers. 88. So... he's apparently on a mission to God now.
Well, you know, when you think about it, eventually when they all pass, they'll all be together again, performing for the big man.
That'd be one hell of a super group.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we already mentioned Elvis. Think of some of the other folks already up there. Yeah. Actually, and then the 16th, Martin Bergman, 92 years old, well-known film producer with a pretty impressive resume, among other things, Scarface, Dog Day Afternoon, and Carlito's Way.
Those are big films.
Mm-hmm. Apparently he liked working with Al Pacino.
Yes, indeed. He liked that Dunkachino.
Everyone wants my Dunkachino. Can't get enough of my Dunkachino. Kids from 7th to 17 lining up for my Dunkachino.
Okay. Any case, we are hello again, and we are at our destination, 2nd and Charles.
Yes.
So, we're going to show you real quick what's coming out in theaters for your weekend enjoyment. So, I don't have much. I found one that I thought was very amusing, which probably won't be coming to a theater near you, but if you do see it, you gotta tell me. I mean, it's a movie called Lobster Cop. It looks, it's a foreign film, but just looking at the poster, it just amuses me to no end. Yeah,
it looks like, what is it, a action film remake of The Lobster, is that it?
Maybe, yeah.
Anyway, of course, there's nothing coming out this week because everyone is supposedly going to be at the theater to see Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
They are?
It seems likely, but whether they are or not, that's clearly what the distributors were thinking.
Well, yeah, I guess so. Because I've seen it. There were not a lot of big ones this year.
Right. Either that or they figure everyone's still going to see Deadpool and Incredibles 2 and...
Yeah, there's a lot. And there's, I mean, shoot.
Superfly.
Infinity War is still out. Of course, then again, like I say, maybe they're all out to see Lobster Cop.
And we don't know if this video will be out in time or not. But if it is, and you have the opportunity, Fathom Events this week will be showing Isao Takahata's classic film, Pompoko. I still might go see it. I want to, but I don't know. But if you get a chance, go for it.
Yes, indeed.
It will be fun.
So, we will see you inside. we are at our next stop, which is the donut shop. We will show you what we got on the return.
Donuts.
Forbidden donut.
And of course, we're going to have a few other things to talk about.
And a few dollars. We found out that they close on Monday.
No!
Which is sad because they're 24/7, but not, sorry, 24 hours most of the week. Oh, well. In any case, let's get to where we were going to go, which was what's coming out on DVD and Blu-ray.
Yes.
So here are your selections. So, we have a couple that I thought were interesting this week. A lot of anime.
It's a very anime-heavy week. In fact, frankly, almost nothing else is at all interesting.
Well, I mean, there's Escape Plan 2.
For fans of Escape Plan.
Which, there weren't that many to begin with.
Must have been enough for a sequel.
Well, some people said that the original Stallone-Schwarzenegger pairing was fun, except it's...
Oh, right, it was that.
Not them. It's not them this time. It's Stallone paired with somebody else. Oh,
okay.
Well. Any case,
for those of you who want real quality television, we have Bananya.
Oh yeah, I had to get a hold of that.
Yeah.
That's not too bad a price, and who knows? Maybe they'll bring in Yanpire after this.
Let's hope.
Place,
Let's hope. I want Yanpire. But I'd like to see Bananya.
Then Black Lightning Season 1, so more of the Arrowverse is coming to light.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think he is a part of the Arrowverse. It is a CW show. They do cross over. I don't know if there's a crossover yet, but I do know that it exists in the same world.
This close to getting Season 4 of Arrow at Second and Charles. There's a tear on the cover, and I'm trying very hard to be picky.
Yep.
We were good. We got out of there without buying stuff.
Yeah, I didn't buy a single thing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Eat Man. I loved Eat Man. I have the entire manga collection, and I have Eat Man 98, but I did not realize that they did a previous series and that is being released in America for the first time. So I will probably be getting a hold of this because I consider that actually a gem in my collection, the old 98 release. So it's Eat Man 98 plus Eat Man, so it's a fairly decent value for that.
Nice.
I will let you get the rest after this next one because you probably know about as much. Well, you know about as much about that one as I do with the Lupin.
Okay.
But Haruka Nogizaka's Secret, both seasons are being released separately next week. I really liked the series. It was similar to, if you're familiar with Oraimo, except it's not what do they call it, sibling thing. It's actually similar, that you've got this one person and they're considered like the best in their class, but then the guy finds out that she's actually a secret otaku.
Isn't that also like Himoto Amaru-chan?
I'm not as familiar with that one.
Because I think she's like, well, it's not exactly the same premise, but I think that's similar. I still need to see my copy.
I think it's somebody who does that, but it's not as much. But I think this one is more on the guy trying to keep her secret and all that, because she's this upper crust person, and her father and all this would disapprove and all this thing. So I think it's in general.
Of course, if you believe anime, then the Ojozama characters are almost always secret otaku.
So, I'll let you grab the rest.
Okay. A true classic in anime, of course, is the Lupin the Third series. We are up to season 4.
They never released season 3 on DVD.
I thought they did.
They released season 2. They've got part 2 and 1 released. I think they still need another part of part 2 because that was a massive one.
So,
and they've released season 1.
Is it season 5 that's airing right now?
I think so. I couldn't tell you.
So Lupin has been around for ages.
Yeah.
Season 1 was what, 79? 78?
Yeah, it's been around for a while.
The famed movie Castle Cagliostro was 79.
Yeah.
Season 2, I think, aired over the 80s.
Yeah.
And then recently there's been a resurgence. You've had seasons 4 and 5, The Woman Called Fujiko Mine, the movie Jigen's Tombstone. You know, you've been getting a few of them. But anyway, we got apparently season 4 is coming out. And the movie Bye Bye Lady Liberty is getting another release.
Yeah, I've got that original release for that. I got a large Lupin collection.
Actually, the rest of the list is mostly partially or fully re-releases.
Yep.
A while back, was it ADV that put out Sister Princess? I can't remember.
Yeah, the original series.
Yeah, so Sister Princess, if there is a more blatant harem out there, I'm not sure. It was an okay series, but I love Jeeves. He was a wonderful character. And it was all right, but the first series was released in a very nice, fancy box that I have, that you have. But they never released the second series, Re-Pure. But both seasons are getting a release, including, I think, a Blu-ray release, right?
Yeah, they're both Blu-ray releases.
Okay. And speaking of Blu-ray releases, Strawberry Panic is getting a re-release for the first time, a Blu-ray release, but a re-release here. And then those of you who did not contribute to Kickstarter will now finally have your chance to buy Skip Beat.
Because
it's getting an official release.
Just not as nice as the one we got.
Yeah, but it'd still be nice. And it's still, even though the show stops on a dime in the middle of the damn story, it's still a really good show.
Oh, yeah. It gets you hooked. And it'll get you into reading the manga.
And the manga is really good, yeah.
So, away we go
to the Walgreens. He's got to look through them. It's a sickness, man. It's a sickness. We can't help ourselves. Fresh Market. And here we go. Jacob's got his, what is that, coffee mix? I've got myself some nice stuff in here. I've got myself some of those peanut butter pretzels and a crumb cake. Caramel crumb cake, which you can barely see the bag, but think of how that, careful of a crumb cake. And off we go.
All right. Well, we're back.
And, well, I hope you enjoyed this out and about video. We will be getting the pickup videos soon. So, of course, like, subscribe, share, and comment. And we will see you on the next one. Goodbye.